महोदय
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. What else is there?
Guru Brahma,
Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Sakana bhavatu, sakano punattu, sakaviryam, karavavahai tejasvinavatitamasttu mavidvisha, vahaihi om shanti shanti shantihi.
धन्यवादः सम्यक् अस्तु
Not able to write the pariksha because I will see, we will revise that Sankhya Vachaka and Purna Pratyam.
इदानीं
I will read the Sankhya Vachaka and after writing, whenever I started writing, I will forget the.
ओ एवं वा आगामि सप्ताहे कर्तुं शक्नुमः खलु इदानीं किमपि we have other plans. Don't worry Mahodaya, it's all about practice, nothing like
No, not able to write. I understand, but now when I started writing, I will forget.
ओ अस्तु चिंता मास्तु पुनः एकवारम् अभ्यासम् आगामि सप्ताहे कुर्मः इदानीं किञ्चित् न्यून विषयः अस्ति अस्तु सो किं कुर्मः सन्धिविषये अहम् एतत् वक्तुम् इच्छामि प्रज्ञा महोदय अस्ति चेत् गतसप्ताहे इदानीं किं करोमि स्क्रीन् शेर् करोमि अस्तु इदानीं दृश्यते वा अहं तत्र गतवती अस्तु सन्धिविषये किञ्चित् पश्यामः सो अस्तु सो प्रथमतया एतत् सम्यक् रीत्या दृश्यते वा अस्तु सन्धिविषये यू हाव् टु थिङ्क् क्लियर्लि अस्तु पारिभाषिक इत्युक्ते किं टेक्निकल टर्म we say it varna vikarah, so it's the technical part of it, but underneath you always have to think of it as a phonetical transformation. That's very important. So only then all the doubts kleshah na bhavati. So purvam sandhi karyat purvam dhvanihi kim asit, sandhi karyat anantaram dhvanihi kim asti. So before what you had the pronunciation and after you had the pronunciation, only then you will make out the transformation of the sandhi. That's a very important concept. So samyak ritya that manasi stapayatu. It's a varna vikarah. We say it, it's a change in the varna. Either it can be agamaha or lopaha or adeshaha. You can have a new letter or the change of letter or missing letter. That's the sandhi karyam in the higher level. But what actually happening is the phonetical, the sound transformation is happening. So if you have that clear in mind, every time you have a sandhi, you won't get confused. When there is sandhi or when there is no sandhi, you can easily make out. So that's an important thing. Anantaram swara sandhi kinchit paditavanda khalo kimapi kopi vaktum ichchati va kati swara sandhe paditavantah वृद्धि सवर्ण दीर्घ संधि कोऽपि वक्तुं
गुणसन्धि सवर्ण दीर्घ संधि पूर्व
वृद्धि संधि
अस्तु चत्वारः अभवत् अस्तु इदानीं विसर्ग संधि विषये किञ्चित् पश्यामः अस्तु स्वर संधिः सो वामतः किम् अस्ति वामतः पूर्ववर्णः अस्ति अस्तु on the left side you see the पूर्ववर्ण उपरि अस्ति खलु तद् परवर्णः. So on the top you see paravarnah, On the left, you see Purva Varnaha. Swara Sandehe, only you can have a Purva Varnasya Ante Swaraha Eva Bhavati, Para Varnasya Pratama Varnaha, Swaraha Eva Bhavati. Astu, but in Vyanjana Sandhi, you have three combinations. It can be the left side, it can be Vyanjanam Swara, or Vyanjanam Vyanjanam, or Swara Vyanjan. So you have three combinations. Astu, Idanim na patamaha, Parantu Visarga Sandehe Kinchit Pashyamaha, Visargaha. Astu, Visarga Purva, Sarvada Visargaha eva. On the Purva Varnes, Visargaha eva bhavat. Astu, Para Varne, it can be a Swaraha or Vyanjanam. Astu, it can be a Swara or Vyanjanam in the second padam. Astu. So in the previous part, you will have only Visarga at the end. On the second, when you join it together, the first part of the second padam, it will have either Swara or Vyanjana. So then it is called a Visarga Sandhi. And also Visarga, you have to remember one more thing. Visarga, Anuswaraha and Visarga are supporting vowels. Okay, they are not the vowels. Kimartam, they are called Ayogavagaha Varnaha. Ityukte Ayogavaha Varnaha. They are called because in Maheshwara Sutrani, Tatra Pashyatu, you don't have Anuswara or Visargaha. Because Yogam Praptum Narhaha. So Maheshwara Sutrani, Yogam Praptum Narhaha. So they are called Ayogyavaha Varnaha. And also they are a supporting vowel. They cannot do, you cannot have a pronunciation by itself. Say for example, Visargaha Asti Chet, Guru Anantar Bhavati Chet, Uhu. It takes a U longer form, Guru Hu. And then Mati, Ikaraga Ante Asti Chet, Matihi Bhavati. Asu. As Ramaha Asti Chet, Ramaha. It's just extending of the sound of the previous Swaraha. Asu. So it's just a supporting vowel. And in the Visarga Sandhi, because it's a supporting vowel, Tatra Pashyatu, we will see the Prabhedaha ityukte, the types. Bedaha. Astu. Pragya Mahode, Idanim Bhavati va, Etad Vaktam Ichami Mahode. So I wasn't satisfied with the explanation I gave you last week. Astu, I felt so bad. Astu, Idanim,
No, nothing.
Lajja Masu, please, if you have a doubt and then if I explain, you don't get it, please all feel free to ask it again. It's not about you, it's about me. Me not explaining enough for you to understand for the first time. Astu, Pragya Mahodaya, Kata Saptahe Bhavatyaha Prashnaha Kaha Pratamodhyayaha. Astu,
Yes.
you have a doubt because whenever you have a doubt, you are not only clearing yourself, you are clearing everybody else. So Tatra Sandhi Astiva Nasiva, because it's longer, right? This is a very important Samyak Prashna, but it's a very important concept. Okay. Sandhi ityukte kim viramaha asti chet ardhamat viramaha ityukte kim, you are taking a break. Break in the sense you are not saying anything. Pratamaha, and then you take a break and then say Adhyayaha Tatra Sandhi na bhavati. Astu. So please make sure the viramaha difference. But if you say Pratamodhyayaha, you are elongating Sandhi bhavati tatra Visarga Sandhi agre pashyamaha Pratamaha Adhyayaha Sandhi karanat okaraha tatra bhavati. So Pratamo, it's a shailihi of the speaker, the style of pronunciation of saying it. So please don't confuse. If you are elongating the sound, it's not viramaha. So if you have a break only, you cannot have a sandhi. But you can elongate the adeshaka and say the pratamodhyayaha. Tatra sandhihi asti. Samyak avagatam mahodaya. I want to clear it because last week I wasn't sure whether I explained it well. So this
it's okay. Astu Mahodaya.
No, it's a very important concept because you shouldn't have tadrisha kleshaha maastu. Astu. Fundamentals you have to make it clear. So viramaha, when is viramaha happens? If you take a break without saying anything, more than half a matra, say pratamaha, and then you make a more than less than half a matra and say adhyaya tatra sandhi nasti. But if you elongate, that's a different. Avakatam mahoday idanim.
In Bhagavad Gita, we were told not to make a halt. We were told to just continue Pratamodhyayah.
Oh, astu. That's a good thing. It's a different style. Somebody, if they make it a longer, it's a style different. That's all I would say. But if they say that way, just to continue it without taking a break.
Yes,
Astu Mahodaya?
they told us to keep on continuing at a stretch, not to stop in between.
Astu, just to want to clear that you have to be clear with the concept that there is a sandhi. Viramaha, that's not viramaha. That's what I want to say.
Okay.
Because you are making the sound. Viramaha means not saying anything.
Dhanyavad Mahoday. Dhanyavad.
Astu. Idanim pashyamaha visarga sandhe prabhedaha ityukte types of visarga sandhi. So sandhi karyam kim we know. Adeshaka, agamaha, anantaram lopaha. Adeshaka means change. Agamaha means new letter is coming. Lopaha means missing the letter. In that adeshaka itself, we have three types in the visarga sandhi. Astu. Pratama means ukara adeshaka. Ukara adeshaka ityukte tatra pashyatu. Example, Ramaha api agre pashyamaha. Astu. Just a udaranam tatra dattam asti. Ramo api. Anantaram repa adeshaka eva. Sandhi karyam adeshaka eva. Parantu tatra adeshaka trayam bhavati tatra. Repa adeshaka. Either it can be ukaraha or a repaha. Valmiki Munipungavam. Valmiki Munipungavam tatra. After the sandhi. Why? Because we will say agre pashyamaha. Anandram sakara deshaka. Ramaha tatra, Ramas tatra. So we have three Vedaha, three types of Vedaha under Adeshaka. And then we have one more Lopaha. Arjunaha uvacha tatra Lopaha. Sandeha Lopaha bhavati. Lopaha meaning missing. So we can have either the four types of Visarga Sandhi can happen. Suladaya tatra dattam asti. Astu. Anantaram agara pashyamaha. Agara kim asti. Astu. Kim asti. Astu. Pratamam asmin kakshayam ukara adesha eva pashyamaha. Astu. We will go step by step. Otherwise it will be confusing. Just we will look at the ukara adesha. So it can be two things can happen. Purva varnaha sarvada akaraha eva. Chintayatu, because visarga is a supporting, supporting vowel. So it has to have a swaraha eva sarvada bhavati. Swaraha eva sarvada bhavati. Visarga purvam. Parantu visarga sandehe purva varnaha sarvada akaraha eva. Ukara adesha. Ukara adesha halla. Purva sandhi, purva varnaha akaraha eva. Paravarnaha, it can be either akaraha or hash. Hash him always, if you see this pratyaharaha, try to associate with the Maheshwara Sutani, then it will be very, you can also by unknowingly, you will get familiar with the pratyaharaha. Hash kutra asti, tatra pashyatu, panchamat arabhya, nava paryantam. Astu, hash. Ye varnaha tatra santi, te hash varnaha. So they are all Mridu Vanjanani. Mridu Vanjanani is nothing but Tritiya, Chaturtha, Panchama in Vargiya Vanjanani. So in all 3, 4, 5 of the Vargiya Vanjanani are called Mridu Vanjanani. On top of that you have Ha, Ya, Va, Ra, La. So they are all called Mridu Vanjanani. In the short form, you can just say Hash. Hash is there from Panchama Tarabhya, Nava Paryantam. The sutra. Astu. So if you call them hash, it's a short form. You are saying that is all the Mridu Vanjanani are covered. Astu. Tavadeva. Astu. Mridu Vanjanani. Astu. Now you know which varnas are Mridu Vanjanani. Astu. So the second option is if you have Visarga and the Purva Varnaha and then Paravarnaha Mridu Vanjanani Asti Ukaradesha Bhavati. Tavadeva. Astu. That's all, the koshakam. Astu, idanim kim pashyamaha, tatra pashyatu, aha plus aha. That's a very simple, because in the first koshakam, it's very simple. A plus a eva. Swara a plus a gives a plus visargaha, aha, aha plus a ukara. It's a very straightforward. Astu, it's very common, you will see in so many things. Astu, aha plus aha. Kim bhavat. And one more thing I want to say, in sandhi vishaye, just one sandhi may not happen. If there is a possibility of more sandhis, multiple sandhis can happen at the same time. So this is a very important concept. You have to remember. Tatra pashyamaha shivaha aham. That's the first step. So the left side is akaraha, right side is akaraha. Now you know it will be a kim bhavati, akaraha plus akaraha kim bhavati, ukaraha. So you know udvam from visarga sandhi. But there is another possibility here. Imagine Shiva u plus a kim sandhi kaha sandhi kopi vaktam ichchati va? U plus a.
Gunasandhi.
Samyak. Anantaram pratamam ukaradesha because of visarga sandhi. Anantaram abhi sandhi bhavati. Okaradesha. So Shivoham is the first step. Anantaram Shivoham bhavati. Anantaram one more sandhi can happen. Okaraha plus akaraha.
That is also Gunasandhi.
No.
Okara plus Akara.
Vridhisandhi, but it is A plus O, right? Not O plus A.
O plus.
Shiva plus O.
Vriddhi Sandhi happen?
Vriddhi Sandhi.
O plus A. O plus A kim bhavati? Kosham drashyavim va? Purva rupa sandhi. It's very simple, purva rupa, right? Because it's akaraha, paravarna akaraha eva, the akaraha, because akara is there, you get the symbol.
Avagraha symbol.
Avagraha symbol. But one more thing I want to clear here, the avagraha symbol doesn't mean that akaraha is there. It's just saying, because in Sanskrit language, we don't have any letter which doesn't pronounce any sound. All the letters have the absent of letter. There is no something like that in that concept. So the symbol is saying Purvam Asit. It was there before. That's what it is saying. So if you have a Tatra Pashitu, Astu, Shivoham, you can either write with the symbol or without the symbol. Parantu, it doesn't mean the akaraha, there is akaraha. It's not akaraha. It's just the symbol. There is no letter in there. That's all. Purvam Asiteva. Don't think of it as just saying the akara is there and then we are not making the sound. Tadrisham nasti. Samskrita Bhashayam. If you have a letter, you pronounce it. Astu. So it is just a symbol. It is saying Purvam Asit. Tavadev. Astu. Astu. Idanim. So Sandhi Trayam Bhavati Tatra. Astu. The one more concept here. Ukara. So we saw that you can have either Akaraha or Mrtuvanjanam. Astu. Tatrapi Ramahapi Tavadeva. Same akaraha, visargaha plus akaraha, the same. Kopi vadatu idanim pratamam kaha sandhi bhavati ukara utvam bhavati astu visarga sandhi bhavati ukaradesha bhavati. Anantaram kim bhavati ukaraha plus akaraha okaraha guna sandhi bhavati. Ukaraha plus akaraha okaraha guna sandhi bhavati. Anantaram okaraha plus akaraha purva rupa sandhi bhavati. Like last example, Tavadeva. Astu. So you have to remember multiple sandhis happening because of the akaraha on the right side. You cannot stop the sandhi. When there is a possibility of sandhi, it will happen. Astu. Anantaram astu. अनन्तरम् अग्रिम मृदुव्यञ्जनम् अस्ति चेत् तत्र पश्यतु अकारः नास्ति. It's a मृदुव्यञ्जनम्. So the sandhi, how can it be possible? Pratamam ukaradeshga. Because either it can be akaraha or mruduvanjana, it's utvam eva. So akaraha plus mruduvanjanam gives ukaraha. So anantaram balo gacchati. Anantaram gunasandhi. Because in the gunasandhi, O plus अस्ति आगच्छति वा बालो गच्छति क्षम्यताम् अकारः विसर्गः रिमेम्बर् हियर् विसर्गः बिकम्स् आदेशः उकारः अनन्तरम् उकारः तत्र अकारः अस्ति उकारः अस्ति अस्तु अकारः उकारः गिव्स् ओकारः क्षम्यताम् अस्तु प्रथमं विसर्गः अस्ति विसर्गः प्लस मृदुव्यञ्जनं changes the visarga to उकारः अनन्तरं किम् अस्ति बालः तत्र अकारः अकार प्लस उकार अकार उकार मेलने ओकारः भवति तत्र गुणसन्धि क्षम्यताम् अस्तु प्रथमं किञ्चित् दोषं कृतवती अस्तु अकार उकारः gives ओकारः अस्तु अनन्तरं after ओकारः you don't have अकारः because it's a मृदुव्यञ्जनं so पूर्वरूपसन्धिः न भवति अस्तु so in this combination akara plus mruduvanjanam it stops right here after gunasandhi because from okara plus ga you cannot have a sandhi. That's it. It's done. Balo gachati eva. So the difference between mruduvanjanam and the akaraha, because with the paravarna you have akaraha, you will get the purva rupa sandhi, but in the mruduvanjanam you don't get the purva rupa sandhi. Davadeva. Astu. इदानीं किञ्चित् अग्रे पश्यामः अनन्तरं नमः नमः तत्रापि नकारः मृदुव्यञ्जनम् अस्तु अकारः विसर्गः प्लस मृदुव्यञ्जनम् अस्तु सो विसर्गः प्लस मृदुव्यञ्जनं बिकम्स उकारः अस्तु अनन्तरं यू हैव अ नमः अकारः अकार उकार मेलनयोः ओकारः भवति सो नमः उ नमः देन नमो नमः अनन्तरं तावदेव अस्तु विसर्ग फर्स्ट चेंजेस टू उत्वम because of the मृदुव्यञ्जनम् अनन्तरं because of the u I gets joined to u and then because of gunasandhi it becomes o samyak so you have two steps of sandhi happening for mruduvanjanam but for swara akaraha you have one more step because of o plus a asti chet tatra purva rupa sandhi just the a gets disappeared tavadeva avagatam so final form is namo namaha avagatam va
Mahodaya, it should be namo namo.
oh namo namo nasti because dhamaka is the end you don't have anything else you have something else namo namaha asti tadrisham asti chet tatra okarah bhavati astu because namaha is the end of the word the whole sandhi concept is you are joining one letter to the other sound after namaha there is nothing else so
Okay.
you cannot have a sandhi there avagatam
Yes.
but if you have a namo namaha asti again akara visarga plus akara begins ukaraha then akara ukara okaraha then namo namosti tadrisham vaktum shaknumah astu
आं महोदय धन्यवाद
अस्तु इदानीं किञ्चित् अभ्यासं कुर्मः उमा महोदय प्रारम्भं तत्र भवति खलु महोदय युवर् क्वश्चन् नमस्तु तत्र पश्यतु अस्तु कथं भवति उमा महोदय भवती वदतु
Yes, yes, ma'am. Namaha plus astu, a plus plus visarga plus a. So next step, a plus visarga if comes no visarga change to ukara udvam plus a. Next step a plus ukara sthane okara bhavato o plus akara. So next namostu is the answer.
Bahu samyak uktavati. First visarga plus akara changed to ukara. Then you have on the purva padam akara, namaha akara asti, a plus u becomes okara. Then you have paravarna hasti akara, o plus a becomes purva rupa sandhi. You don't have to specify, you just say namostu. When the pronunciation you don't see the difference because the akara gets lopaha asti, right? Astu. Astu. Idanim prajna mahodaya bhavati karoti kim?
महोदय बालकः वदति बालक प्लस विसर्ग प्लस वदति बालक प्लस अ प्लस विसर्ग प्लस वदति अ प्लस विसर्ग will become uktam, so it will become o. बालक प्लस
visarga plus mridu vanjanam. First step is visarga plus paravarna mridu vanjanam is ba. Yara lava is mridu vanjanam. The utvam, what combinations utvam you will get utvam? First visarga plus akara or visarga plus mridu vanjanam. So first see this step visarga plus va
plus
that
mrudu.
Astu.
Balaka is visarga plus mrudu vyanjanam. That will become uktam. It will become o. Balaka plus o plus vadati.
No, then akara plus so the visarga is changed to u. So what else is remaining? In that ik plus a you have akara. A plus u. A plus u becomes okara. That's guna sandhi. So balako
vadati.
Davadeva. So because that's va, there is nothing else. Astu. Astu.
Dhanyavad.
Vanamana bhavati karotu.
Saha plus aham. Sa plus a plus visargam plus a plus visargam plus aham. Sa plus
just to say the ending sound and the beginning sound. So a plus visarga plus a.
Okay.
So first step is visarga plus what? You always find out visarga plus what? Visarga plus a.
Plus a.
So that is utva.
Then sa.
And then in that sa you have akara. Issa plus a akara. Akara plus ukara okara.
Okara.
Astu.
Soham.
Soham, yeah. Tavadeva. So you don't, if you understand, you don't have to explain. You just chintayetu okaraha bhavati. Astu, tavadeva. Astu. Idanim prasuna mahodaya bhavati karotu kim?
Paramaha dharmaha. Param plus a plus visarga plus the plus arha. Dharmaha. So it will be visarga plus mriduvanjanam. Utvam bhavati. Then a plus u becomes o. That's o. So it will be paramo dharmaha.
Samyak ritya uktavati. Tavadeva. Just to understand the concept. Just first time you say in detail. Anantaram you don't have to say, so that you will know the concept well. Astu Nirmal Mahodaya, Dhanyavadah Mahodaya, Anantaram Nirmal Mahodaya.
Vivekananda asti. So atra akara plus visarg plus akara. So that it becomes u. And then it is a plus u. So that becomes Gunasandhi Okara. And then Purva Rupa Bhavati, Okara plus Akara. So Vivekanando Asti.
Samyak, Thavadeva. First step is Visarga plus what? Then you go back and then go to Samyak Mahodaya. Ramesh Mahodaya.
Tatraha vedati. Tatra a plus visarga plus ya. A plus visarga utvam bhavati.
No, that's always
plus
confusion.
U.
So skip that part. Just start with the visarga. First step is visarga plus what? Visarga plus mriduvanjana.
Plus mudvanjana. It becomes O.
Utvam. Visarga.
Chatrot tate. Chatrot tate.
Bahu samyak. First visarga plus mriduvanjanam is utvam. Then you go back to the purva varnaha, akara plus ukara, okaraha, tavadeva. So if you have again you have a swaraha, then it goes to purva rupa. Otherwise it stops there. Tavadeva. So it's always confusion can happen. So don't get, we always in the sandhi purva varna para varna we always see it, right? Because that's why you always try to think of visarga purvam kim asti. First start with the visarga plus what? Visarga plus what? That visarga becomes ukaraga. Everything else remains. So you have akaraga still there in the purva varnaga. So only the visarga is changing the utvam. But you have akara in the chatra. So in the akara ukara okara bhavati. So start with the visarga, and then because visarga is a supporting vowel, it has the swara attached to it. So the swara and the visarga changed form combines and become another sandhi. Astu avagatam?
Avagatam. Avagatam.
Uma Mahodaya, idanim karotu prayah dvayam.
Yes. Acharyaha dhyayati. Akaraha plus mriduvanjanam. Actually, akara plus
start with visarga plus mriduvanjanam.
Okay. Next step, akara plus visarga change in this place, ukara plus mriduvanjanam. Next step, akara plus okaraha bhavati. Ukaraha okaraha bhavati. So o plus mriduvanjanam. So acharyo dhyayati. That is the answer.
Samyak. Anantaram agre vanamala bhavati.
Dharmaha rakshati. Dharma plus visargam plus rakshati. The a plus u.
Start with so we are seeing the visarga sandhi now. So start with the visarga. Visarga plus mriduvanjana rakara. Repa. Repa. Visarga plus don't get confused with everything else. Start with visarga. So visarga plus repaha is mriduvanjana. So change that to u. Visarga is now gone. It is replaced with ukara. Everything else is there. Then because the mriduvanjanam part you don't have to worry because it's joined and becomes uttam. Now you worry about the left part. So visarga is always attached to a swara. So a plus u okaraha. Because in the right side is mriduvanjanam, that's all. If the right side is swara, purva rupa tavadeva. Astu. Here visarga plus a swaraga asti. So swaraha mriduvanjanava visarga is going to say uttam only. So it doesn't matter. Visarga changes to uttam. Astu. Andram left side you have avu. Avu becomes o. Again you have a on the right side. So o plus right is purva rupa adhyapaka. But the final thing is okaraha eva. Astu. Even though it's uttam, in visarga sandhi you have another sandhi happening. Guna sandhi is happening because of the paravarnasya pratama varna. Astu.
Adhyapakoyam.
Anantaram naradaha japati tatrapi tavadeva mriduvanjanam. Focus on visarga and mriduvanjanam. Ukaraha. Then anantaram dakar visarga is attached to purva varnaha akaraha. So a plus u. Now it's not visarga anymore. It's ukaraha. So a plus u gives okaraha. And then since the japati ja is mriduvanjana, okaraha tavadeva. Narado japati. Astu?
Narado japati.
Astu. So the visarga is take two forms tavadeva. First it goes to utvam and then
then okaraha.
tavadeva. Everything else remains the same. Astu. Idanim dvayam karotu va Pragya Mahodaya dvayam karoti va padadvayam.
वृद्धो संधि विच्छेद वृद्धो हसति वृद्धः प्लस हसति
तावदेव अस्तु
एषो यम एषः प्लस अयम स्वर ओ
सम्यक् उक्तवती. That's a very सम्यक् उच्चारणम्. एषो यम् एव. You cannot pronounce the symbol. सम्यक् रीत्या उक्तवती. अस्तु. And then when you vibhajanam karoti चेत् तत्र ayam अस्ति. अस्तु. It's saying पूर्वम् अकारः अस्ति आसीत् तावदेव. अस्तु. इदानीं निर्मल महोदय पदद्वयं करोतु.
Ramo Jayati. So this will be Rama plus Jayati.
तावदेव. अस्तु.
Bharato Yachat. Bharatah plus Ayachat.
सम्यक्. अस्तु. प्रसूना महोदय द्वयं वाक्यद्वयं.
छात्रो नमति छात्रः प्लस नमति अर्चको ददाति अर्चकः प्लस ददाति
समीचीनम्. अस्तु. रमेश महोदय पदद्वयं.
वाचो ब्रवीत् वाचो प्लस अब्रवीत् वाचो प्लस अब्रवीत् वाचो
वचः.
प्लस अब्रवीत्
वचः.
वचः वचः
वचः.
प्लस
Just
अब्रवीत्
ओकारः becomes विसर्गः तावदेव. अग्रे.
कृष्णो लभते कृष्णो लभते
कृष्णः लभते.
लभते लभते
सम्यक्. उमा महोदय समापयतु.
समर्थो असि समर्थः प्लस असि कोश कोनसूयका कोनसूयका को कः प्लस अनसूयका अनसूयकः
सम्यक् रीत्या उक्तवती. You get confusion. ओकारः becomes विसर्गः तावदेव. And then विसर्ग it is saying अकारः तत्र आसीत् तावदेव. सम्यक्.
धन्यवादः
अस्तु अवगतं स्पष्टं.
अवगतं
महोदय स्पष्टं स्पष्टं
इदानीम् उच्चारणविषये किञ्चित् वक्तुम् इच्छामि. श्लोकः अग्रे श्लोकः पश्यामः. So it's very confusing because it's very close. Shakarah, shakarah and sakarah. So how do you pronounce and make the differentiations? Always confusion. Astu. Because agre we are going to see something very related to this subject. Astu. So shakarah is cha vargasya ucharasthanam. Ka, cha, ta, tha, pa. You know all the sounds, right? Kanta, it starts from kanta and it ends with oshpa. Astu. So ka, cha is the palate. Astu. So you call it taluhu. So in the palate roof, the bottom part is taluhu, top part is murda. Astu murdan shabda murda. Astu ta varga is little bit on top of the palate. And then ta varga is dantaha because it's multiple bahuvachane tatra dattam asti. Murda is the top palate. The talu is the bottom. So it's the positioning of the one which makes the ucharanam different. Because in shloka it's very important. In Sanskrit bhashayam ucharanam avashyakam. Astu. Idanim kimmartam. And I want to tell you one more thing. There are two more tatra pashyatu jihva mulyaha upadmaniyah. These two are very, it comes so much in the shloka. Astu. Dene. So kim tadrisha say for example, kaha plus it's a visarga sandhi eva, parantu kaha plus kaha. It's a very simple rule. If you have a ka or ka, so the visarga you don't pronounce it fully. It's only ardha visarga, half. You just stop it, and then it is in the jihva mulya sthanam. So ha, like ha sound. So kah, ka. So if you say visarga aha, you stop in the half itself. kah kha. So you have to pronounce like it, kah kha. That's called, the symbol is the same for Jihva Mulya and Upadmaniya, but the position is different. So if you have a ka ka on the Paravarnaha, it becomes ha sound. That's called Jihva Mulya. And then Agre Pashyamaha. And then you have a pa fa, only 2 letters. Ka ka bhavati ched Paravarne, you say, you stop the Visarga halfway. And then pa fa also you stop it halfway. But you say fu sound. The position is little bit different. So top part madhye asti. Tatra pashyatu. So tatra ucharane tatra asti. Kalu. So find out where you have Visarga Sandhi. It's from Sankshepa Ramayanam. So Balakande asti. Etat, I think Tritiya va? Tritiya shlokaha astu. So Balakande. So Narada Valmiki is starting. He's asking about the qualities of Rama. That's how the Ramayanam starts. So he is asking astu. Ekam ekavaram vadami kopi anuvadatu कृपया अस्तु उच्चारणं कथं भवति चारित्रेण को युक्तः प्रज्ञा महोदय वक्तुं शक्नोति वा
चारित्रेण च को युक्तः सर्वभूतेषु को हितः विद्वान् कः कः समर्थश्च कश्चैक प्रियदर्शनः.
No, tadrisha nasti, the chimya masu. That's why I told you kaha kaha astu. So the pronunciation will be charit katrena ekanamasham chako yuktah. So I told you, right, quarter, you have 4 padas in a shloka. So every quarter viramam swikurmaha. So charitrena chako yuktah सर्वभूतेषु को हितः विद्वान् कः कः समर्थश्च कश्चैक प्रियदर्शनः अस्तु.
Yes, I will say चारित्रेण च को युक्तः सर्वभूतेषु को हितः विद्वान् कः कः समर्थश्च कश्चैक प्रियदर्शनः.
बहु सम्यक्. सो अनन्तरम् उच्चारणनियमः बहवः सन्ति. इदानीं तत्र न गच्छामः. यू जस्ट फोकस ऑन सम ऑफ देम. तत्र शकारः अस्ति चेत्, so shakarah you have to pronounce it carefully, and also we have sandhi asti, visarga sandhi and kimapi anya sandhi asti. Tatra pashyamah kutra asti iti. Kopi vaktum you want to try where you have visarga sandhi? So padachedam kurmah idanim. Charitrena cha ko yuktah sarvabhudeshu tatra sandhi nasti ko hitah tavadeva. विद्वान् कः कः समर्थ तत्र सन्धिः अस्ति वा?
अस्ति. समर्थः
च. So shaka the visarga sandhi we haven't studied, but tatra visarga sandhi asti. Asu chakarah visargah plus chakarah, so shakarah tatra samarthascha anantaram tatrapi
कः प्लस चैव
कः प्लस च. परन्तु चिच्चन प्रयोगे पठितवन्तः खलु कश्चित् कश्चन. So the visargah becomes shakarah. We know it, even though you didn't study the sandhi, you know that visargah becomes shakarah, not this shakarah astu, the atarsha astu, shakarah astu. So kash anantaram anya sandhi bhi asti tatra kaha cha kascha anantaram kash shakara kash kasche kash kaha cha. I will vichedam karomi anantaram bhavati vadatu astu kaha cha eka priyadarshanaha. So kaha cha eka priyadarshanaha. Kaha cha becomes kascha, and then cha plus eka eka priyadarshana kadam bhavati?
Vriddhi sandhi.
Vriddhi sandhi.
वृद्धि सन् एकः it will become I.
कश्चैक प्रियदर्शनः अस्तु अस्तु इदानीं अर्थः कः so we will see the charitreण इत्युक्ते good contact कः युक्तः who is very yuktah means right, he is very qualified for the good contact. And then sarva bhudeshu means all living beings. Bhudeshu, you know, it's a saptami vibhakti. So in all the living beings, who is the hitah, good for all the living beings. Astu anantaram vidwan means panditah. Samartah means qualified, who is very deserving. So who is the vidwan, who is the well panditah, and then who is the well qualified person, and then who is the eka priyadarshanaha. Eka priyadarshana means samana priyam. He shows affection to all of them equally. Eka priyadarshanaha kaha. So it's all a question. So this Valmiki is asking Narada, who has all these qualities that I am listing here? Can you please tell me? So Narada is asking, okay, Kshamyatam, Valmiki is asking Narada, so who has all these good qualities? Kripaya Suchayato. So this is the whole meaning of the sloka. Astu, Avagatam? So you have Visarga Sandhi and Vriddhi Sandhi Tatra Asti. Astu. Anantaram, Pragya Mahadaya, last week you asked about Natvam. Idanim Natvam rule, I want to teach a little bit about it because it's a very important thing. Kutra Natvam ityukte kim astu. So Murdanya Nakaraka. So we know the position of all the Vargiya Vranjana. Murdanya. Astu Murdanya, you have Ka, Cha, Tha. So the top part of the root is Murda. Astu Tatra Ta, Ta, Da, Da, Na. So the Na is Nakaraha. And then, but in the Talavyaha, in the bot, Tha, Ka, Cha, Tha, Tha. The Tha.
Na.
Na, the positioning is different. Nakaraka is in the Murdanya Sthana, and this is one is so Ramena, so you have an example for Ramena, and then you have an example Balakena. Why there is a Nakaraha and then why there is a Nakaraha? So why do you have all this thing? That's the question, right? So when you look at it, the niyama, the first niyama kim ityukte nimitta varnaha. So nimitta varnaha, nimittam ityukte kim, that makes something makes it happen. So nimittam, the reason. Nimittam ityukte reason. Why nakaraha becomes nakaraha? Why the reason behind is because of these three varnas. So these are called nimitta varnaha. Repaha, shakaraha. That's why you have to make sure this shakara eva, not the other shakaraha. Because in pronunciation you will think sha same. Only this shakaraha. That's why I showed you the difference. Shakaraha asti chet and rukaraha. Rukaraha or dirgha rukaraha. Chinta mastu. Nakaraha becomes nagatvam. That's niyama 1. Astu niyama 1. It's very straightforward. If these three of them is there, the nakara becomes natvam. This niyama 1. And the so example we can find. Udaranam tatra pashyamaha. Ushnam. Tatra nakarat purvam kim asti shakaraha. So because of that shakaraha, nimitta varnaha means the reason of this shakaraha, the nakara becomes nakaraha. Astu. Nakara, it's very simple. Rikarahava, shakarahava, repahava. Tavadeva. So, anantaram, parnam, tatra repahasti. Nakarat bhurvam repahasti. So, nakaraha becomes nakaraha. Astu. Anantaram, you have rikaraha. Rikaraha, diga rikaraha. Matruna. Astu nakarat purvam rukaraha asti, dirgha rukaraha. So becomes nakaraha becomes natu. Matrunam. This is the niyamaha one. Astu, and then Ditiya niyamaha kaha tatra pashyamaha. Ditiya niyamaha kaha. First niyama we saw just purva varnaha, but in between, so avyavadayaka varnaha ityukte, vyavadayaka varnaha ityukte kim means preventing. So vyavadayaka varna means preventing. Avayavadayaka is viparitartaka, not preventing. So it's not preventing the natvam to happen. So these varnas is there means it's not preventing it for the natvam to happen. Astu kim swaraha hal, we know from the Mageshwara Sutani all the swaraha you can say it in the pratyaharaha halan chamyatam ajantah ach tatra dosha asti ajantah eva swaraha astu nishkashayami idanim tatra ach bhavati astu ach means in from Mageshwara Sutani pratyaharaha we know it's all swara included. So if you have all swara of after this nimitta varnaha or ka vargaha, any ka vargaha, all the 5 ka vargaha or pa vargaha. First is ka vargaha and then the last one is ma varga, right? We have panja vargiya vanjanani santi. First one is ka varga, last one is pa varga. Either the first or the last, anything or hayava. So if you have any of them, the nakara becomes nakaraha. Astu. So it's not preventing these. That's why it's called avyavadayaka varnaha. It means it's not preventing natvam to happen. Astu. So example, if you see the example, spashtam bhavati. Astu. Astu. Tatra pashyatu. Udaharanam pashyatu. Tatra pashyatu. Tatra shatri. We will take this letters. Okay. Kshatriyanam. So repaha, we know from first niyama is repaha, rikaraga, shakaraga. So we know natvam will happen. But in between repaha and natvam, we have some other letters. That's what this comes under niyama 2. Because there is no letters, it goes to niyamaha 1. Because repa immediately follows the it is natvam only. But in between, if you have something else, you check for the niyama 2. What is happening here? Ya and yakaraha and akaraha. It is there in the niyama 2, right? So it's not preventing natvam to happen. So it becomes kshatriyana. So in between, if you have the 4 criteria that listed, it is there, then nakaraha becomes natvam. Astu. Anantam rupyakani. So first point out the repaha. Repaha shakara rukara. That's what you first point out. So repaha asti and nakara asti. The left is repaha. The 3 letters it can be repaha, shakaraha, rukaraha. And the right is nakaraha. If these 2 are there, then na becomes na. We know. But it's not next to each other. So we don't know for sure it is going to be natvam. So in between letters you have to see. So any swara you can just leave it because any swara can be there. So who and a doesn't matter. Then pa varga, ka varga. The first ka varga, pa varga is there, doesn't matter. Then ya is also there in the list. So rupyakani. Astu, it's not rupyakani. Astu. Okay. Mari chena. Tatra nakaraha na bhavati. Kimartam. Chamyatam tate A should be in blue. Astu neela varnaha asti tatra because A is not preventing. Chakaraha is preventing because it's not part of only ka varga pa varga. Cha varga tatra na, it's not there. So because of this cha, the natvam won't happen. Nakaraha eva tishtati. Anything that prevents comes in here, it won't make the nakaraha happen. Astu. Tatra A should be in blue because that's a part of the list. Astu. So because of this chakaraha, the marichena nakaraha eva tishtati. Astu. So idanim pashyamaha abhyasaha. Astu. And one more thing, vishesha. Padante tata raman pada antaha bhavati chet natvam na bhavanti. Because you see here repaha asti anantaram swaraha asti makaraha asti. That's part of Pavarga. So all the nimitta, all the, it's not preventing, right? But it is in the last letter. So if it is the last letter, natvam na bhavati. That's a vishesha niyamaha. Astu. So even though it has all the qualifying letters, it won't happen. Harina api tadrishameva. Repaka asti anantaram swaraga eva. Ri swaraga eva. So technically it should be na. Because it is at the end of the letter, natvam won't happen. So that is the vishesha niyamaha tatra. Three also tadrishameva. So in samyukta aksharani, chintayatu. Takara plus repaga trakara, thra. Even so, you see the thra, but it is the combination of tha and ra. So that's repaga. So you have to think of it as a repaga plus ikara. So swaraga. So it should be by rule, it should be natum. Because of it is at the end, it won't happen. Astu. So don't get confused with samyukta aksharani, and also shakaraka also samyukta aksharani tatra asti. Idanim kinchit pashyamah. Tatra kopi vadati va vanamala mahodaya dvayam padadvayam bhasha tatra nakaraka bhavati va nakaraka bhavati va.
Nattum.
Natum.
Bhashanam sha.
Kimartham? Samyak.
Sha is there.
Astu. Darshanam.
Darshanam. Nattum. Sha.
So whichever is closest takes the precedence. Even though shakaraga api asti repaga. Parantu repa anantaram shakaraga bhavati. So you have to say sha. Because the ir sha. So whichever is closest to nakaraga, the rule applies. Astu. Darshan. Because in repa, in between the repa and shakara, you can have some other letters too. The only thing which is closest, you have the niyama. So darshanam natum bhavati. Uma Mahodaya vakya pra plus namami, upasargaha plus namami. So tatra nakaraga natvam bhavati va nava.
Natvam bhavati.
Kimartham?
Because of ra.
Repaha. Even though it's a samyukta aksharani, if you split it out, it's ippu plus ra. Ra comes next. So the ra is the closest to the nakaraga. Ra and nakaraga next to each other. So it becomes pranamami. Samyak? Astu. Anantaram pragya mahodaya bhavati. Vadatu?
Brahma. No. It is nakara. Brahmana.
Brahmana. Natvam eva. Kimartham? Repa. First focus on the repa. After
Refa rule.
Ma qualifies. Astu ka varga, pa varga, and then ha samyak. So and also in the pronunciation, if makaraga comes after hakaraka, you have to pronounce the makaraga first. The writing is ha plus im. But when you say it, you have to say brahma. Mim pronunciation, makaraga comes first. Astu, it's a ucharana niyama. Astu, brahma. Brahma ashuddham. Astu, brahma.
Ha is first. Brahma.
No. When writing, it is ha is first. But when you say ma is first. Brahma.
Okay.
Brahma. Astu.
Mitre, rafar. So it is mitrena.
Samyak. Astu. Prasuna Mahodaya, bhavati karotu, dvayam.
Ratnam, it's normal na, not natvam, because ra plus the not kavarga or pavarga.
Samyak.
Ramayanam, it's natvam because it's ra plus ma plus ya. So it is like
because ma and ya, all the swara is all default included.
Yeah,
so the swara, don't worry. So ma and ya, you have to focus. It's in the pa varga and ya is included. So Ramayanam. Astu. Nirmal Mahodaya dvayam karotu antam. Ramesh Mahodaya.
Punati.
No, Jamyata, Tatra Okara. So Kriya Padam Tatra Astu. And one more thing I want to point out here. Astu, even though Stra, the Dhatu is Stra, but here Shru is not a Stra. So Tatra, if you write it in a different way, that's wrong. Don't write a Stra, that's wrong. Stra plus U Nasti. It is Shakaraha plus Rikaraha. It has to be Shrunoti. Samyak? So,
Amam.
avadhanam dadat. Kriyapadam.
So then Shrigale.
Nakarah va nakarah va. Shrigalaha ityukte jackal. Shrigalena tritiya vibhakti.
Yeah, so it should be Nakara only, not Nakara. Shrigalen.
Shrigalena nakara eva. Kimartham lakara. La is
Lakara. Yes.
preventing.
Yeah. Then Sparshanam.
Ramesh Mahodaya karoti va. Samapayatu.
Sparsha Repa Natom. Sparshanam.
That's a little bit tricky. Repat anantaram, because even though writing is like that, you have to ucharne kadam bhavati sparsha, and then the sha comes, right? But this shakara, that's why I always enforce. Even though say it is sha, but it's a different, the pronunciation is different from the other shakaraka. Only the other shakaraka qualifies, not this shakaraka. So the sha comes after the repaha. So this sha is disqualifying. Avagatam? That's why it's a little bit tricky.
Normal.
Parshana. So nakara eva. Because the shakara is preventing. That's why I showed you the sha difference. The other sha is the one which is the part of the natum root. Samyak, this sha. That's why when you pronounce it, if you don't know the letter, you will get confused. That's why lekanam api avashyakam. When you write it, only you know the exact letter, which letter comes for sparshanam. Astu?
Bhagini, I have one doubt. In Ratnam, which is preventing for a small na?
Ta.
Oh, okay.
For Brahma.
It's first ka varga, pa varga, tavadeva. Those and all won't come.
Brahmanaha, which in Brahmanaha. Brahmanaha.
It's not preventing. It's not preventing. Tatre punaga ekavar pashyatu koshtaka kim asti iti. So it is very astu. So see, ma is the part of pavarga, and then you only have to remember is hayava, tavadeva. Astu. So ma is part of the pavarga. So bra. And then ha, bra, if ma. So after repaga you have ha, and then you have ma. So both of them are part of the list. So namtom bhavati tatra. Samyak?
Samyak.
Okay, Samyak.
Astu. Idanim kim kurmah?
Mahodaya, natvam apatyata dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad Mahodaya. Idanim, our popular, interesting part. Astu. एतद् वक्तुम् इच्छामि तत्र प्रवेशवर्गे एव पठितवन्तः तत्र क्रियापदस्य विभजनम् एकः विषयः अस्ति किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते दोषः नास्ति इट्स् अ डिफरेंट वे ऑफ राइटिंग तत्र पश्यतु मुनिः सत्यम् उपदिशति इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग उपदिशति यू कैन से उपदेशं करोति विभजनं करोति परन्तु तत्र नियमः अस्ति किमर्थं क्रियापदं which you are splitting that becomes द्वितीया the kriya becomes karma so upadesham so the karma abhavat anantaram you have satyam satya cannot be द्वितीया because it is always that's why it's very confusing in Sanskrit bhasha if you try to anuvadam karoti chet you will have a hard time So always try to associate with the Kriya Padam, Kaha Sambandhaka. Only then you will get the clarity. So Upadesham Karoti, Kim Karoti, Upadesham Karoti, Samyak, Anantaram. So you have the association of Karoti and Upadesham. And Satyam Kadam Bhavati. Satyasya Kimartam Shashti, because it is also Upadesham of Satyam. So because you split it out. When you say Upadishati, is Kim Upadishati, you can say Satyam. But since you split it out, the Kriya becomes Tridya and the Karma Padam becomes Shashti. Etat Niyama. Astu Tatra Karma Kari Koshtakam Marjayati. Prajna Mahodaya ka Vibhajanam Karoti Idanam. Kadam Bhavati.
क्रियापद मार्जयति
Astu Vibhajanam Karoti Chet.
कोष्टकं
Archanam karoti.
अहमेव करोमि कर्म करी मार्जयति
कर्म करी कोष्टकं मार्जयति क्रियापदम् and कोष्टकं कर्म करी कोष्टस्य मार्जनं करोति मार्जयं करोति
बहु सम्यक् कोष्टकस्य मार्जनं करोति कपिः वनं नाशयति. So first split the nashayati, nashanam karoti, kapihi nashanam karoti. You have the karma padam. Then kasya vanasya nashanam karoti. So the vikrayikaha phalam vikrinite. Atmanepadi asti tatra. So vikrayanam karoti. Vikrayana means selling. Vikrayaka means seller. Phalasya kasya phalasya vikrayanam karoti. बालकः पुस्तकं स्थापयति. अस्तु स्थापनं करोति. कस्य
पुस्तकस्य स्थापनं करोति.
किमर्थं तादृशम् एतद् वदामि चेत् निर्मल महोदय, if you give permission, I want to show something that you wrote, so that way we can all, he is not even helping himself, he is helping others to learn from it. Because only when you write it, you will know the doshaka kutra asti iti. Real world, you can see it. Nirmal Mahodaya tatra etat likitavan. Mahodaya, idanim, is it okay for me to analyze this one?
Yes.
Because it's adrisham likantu, kripaya likantu, because he is also improving himself. He is making all of you to improve. Only when you analyze, you will know. So since you know the concept of this Kriya Pada Savijanam, Tadeva Kritavan, Purnam Kritavan. So instead of saying Purnavan api samyak. So instead of saying Purnavan, he split it out, Purnam Kritavan. Now we know Tatra Dosha Kutra asti Purnam Kritavan, samyak. Anantaram Kadam Bhavati, always associate the Kriya Padam with other. Only then you will know the Vibhakti. अस्तु कर्म पदं तत्र अभवत्. अनन्तरं लेखनं का विभक्तिः भवितुम् अर्हति?
लेखनं द्वितीया विभक्ति लेखनं
तस्य सम्बन्धः पूर्णपदस्य सम्बन्धः अस्ति तत्र. So that's why I showed you the exercise, right? So कर्म पदं
षष्ठी विभक्ति वर्मा लेखनस्य.
निर्मल महोदय, भवान् एव इदानीं करोतु. कथं भवति इति?
तृतीया विभक्तिं लेखनं पूर्णं कृतवान्.
Go backwards, step by step. If you take everything, you will get so purnam. So you know from the Kriya Pada Vibhajanam, instead of saying purnavan, you said purnam kritavan, samyak eva. So you have the karma padam there. But lekanam cannot be a karma padam. It's not associated directly with the kritanam. It's associated with Purnam. Kasya Purnam Kritavan?
Lekanasya.
So Shashti Vibhakti. Because that's why I went over the Kriya Padasya Vibhajanam. So that's a Niyamaha Lekanasya Purnam Kritavan. Astu. Anantaram Vibhakti Kadam Tatra Dvitiya Bhakti Bhavati Na. So Tatravi Padasya Sambandhaha. Astu. Tasyaha Lekanam. Astu.
विभक्त्याः
सम्यक्. अनन्तरं तत्र विशेष्य विशेषणभावः. अस्तु. कथं भवति तत्र?
अहं तृतीयायाः विभक्त्याः लेखनस्य पूर्णं कृतवान्.
बहु सम्यक्, अस्तु. Now avagatam mahodaya. So that's why write and then go step by step. So it will help you to learn faster. Also astu samyak.
पूर्णवाक्यं वदतु. तृतीयाय
Tritiya kimartham. That's why you always go backwards. Kriya pradam is the starting point. And anandaram you associate, but anuvadam bhavat. So that's why I will say you the purna vakyam aham tritiyayaha, because tritiya is a Srilinga padam. Shashti vibhakti kimartham ityukte visheshya. We know sankhya vachaka shabdaha visheshya visheshana bhavati. Astu. So vibhakti is visheshana tatra asti. So vibhakti is a sambandha of lekanam. So shashti. Astu. So tritiya is a Srilinga akaranta padam. So tritiyayaha vibhaktiyaha lekanasya purnam kritavam. Astu. Samyak. So that's why I want to show you. So since we are doing the tritiya vibhakti, to get clear with the concept, I want to show you this. Astu vakyani samskrite anuvadata. Tatra dosha, it's a sadharanataya tadrisha doshaga bhavati eva. So kutra doshaga asti. So because that's why if you do the anuvadam, the Angila bhashayam anuvadam karoti chet doshaga bhavati. So that's why how to fix it? We always associate the kriya padam, because every word is a vibhakti associated with the kriya padam. Karakaha asti. So I am speaking in Sanskrit. Vakyani anuvadata. Anuvadata means
कृतेन अनुवाद.
Anuvadata ityukte repeat the sentence in Sanskrit. So when you translate it, oh, there is nothing wrong in Sanskrit. Okay, satyam eva bhavati. Na tatra tritiya bhakti bhavati. Kimartham ityukte tatra sadhanam asti tatra, because Sanskritena anuvadata. Astu, you have to use it as a sadhanam. Astu, because Sanskritena anuvadata is associated with the kriyabdam Sanskritena tatra. Astu. Anantam etadapi tatra pashyatu. Devi bhaktaya varam anugrihitavati. Kutra?
भक्तायां.
Huh? Because when you translate, there is no. If you translate it, you will say, oh, for bhaktaya chaturthi vibhakti, for the bhakta. Devi varam. Oh, she is giving the boon. Anugrahitavati means she is anugrahanam karoti. Astu. She is showering the varam. So no, there is no mistake. Tadrishameva chintayati. Parantu. So tat Sanskrita bhashayam anugrahanam. The kriya padam asti, right? So phalam, which is getting the fruit. Varam is getting tatra pashitu anugrahitavati. So anugrahanam tatra palam, which is the palam when you give somebody.
भक्तायां वरं.
No. Who is the recipient? Recipient. Ashraya kaha. So if you have something, yeah, padam ashraya. Bhakta. So the bhakta becomes karma padam. So you are getting anugrahanam karoti. So the recipient of that, the effect of the anugraham gets the karma padam. That's the object. So lagu vakyam is Devi bhaktam anugrahitavati. So put the karma padam first. Because in the we know from Sanskritam, kriya padam is always associated with the Karagatna. Other words are associated with kriya padam. So lagu vakyam kim anugrahitavati kriya padam. So the kriya padam, the effect, the recipient, ashrayakaha bhaktaha. So the bhaktaha gets karma padam. So Devi bhaktam anugrahiti. Lagu vakyam done. Anantaram astu kim bhavati sadhanam bhavati. So how? Through the sadhanam she is giving the anugrahanam. The sadhanam is varam. So varena bhaktam anugrahitavati. So that's why you cannot do the anuvadam kripaya Anglisha bhashayam ma karotu. Go one step at a time. Start from Kriya Padam, how it is related to the other words. And then, so from in Tritiya Bhakti, in the Anugrahitavati, so you Karma Padam is always the effect. So that gets the object, Karma Padam Bhavati. So Bhaktam is Lagu Vakyam, Anantam Varena is a sadhanam. Astu, so that's why dosha, you can have a dosha. So always ask. The only way to fix it is start from Kriya Padam and go backwards and how it's associated with Kriya Padam by asking questions. Astu tatra eva tadrishameva. Karmakaraha skande bharam mahati. So if we
Purvavakyam,
translated
Mahodaya,
skande,
Devi Bhakta.
on the shoulder, he is bearing the weight. So you won't see any mistake. Parantu tatra skandena. And also remember, it's not about the tool. Lekanya likati. Sutena. Even though object, even body parts also can be a sadhanam. Astu hastena kadati. Nasikaya shrunoti. Tadrisham skandena bharamahati. Astu, it can also, the body parts can also become a sadhanam. Samyak. So tatra, because Tritiya Bhakti Vishishta, that's why Sanskritam is so special. It is always associates with Kriya Padam, and also each Vibhakti has its own niyama. When, in which context you get that Vibhakti. Astu, so Skandena, because of the sadhanam, tatra Tritiya Bhakti bhavati. Astu, anantaram, astu. Tatra is kanduke. Kandukam hastena, same concept. Hastena grihitavan. Haste grihitavan samyak na. When you translate, it will look samyak because it's a how it is associating with Kriya Padam is through the sadhanam. Astu. Asaha bittau varnam limpati. So limpati ityukte spreading over or straining. Varnam ityukte colors. Bitta ityukte wall. So when you look at it, if you translate it, oh, bittau is a saptami vibhakti. On the wall, varnam, he is spreading varnam. Samyak bhavati. Parantu prashna bhavati. So limpati astu. In what come limpati?
Varnena limpati.
No, come limpati. Wall is a bhakti, is a ikaranta Shrilinga pada. Okay. So he is painting. So limpati. So for prathama prashna kam limpati. So what is the painting? So which is on which the result ashraya means the effect goes in the wall. So the wall gets karma padam. So ashraya, what is getting the effect of the kriya padam? The effect of the kriya padam is wall only. He is spreading the paint in the wall only. So bittam limpati. So from Kriya Padam, the effect goes to wall. You know, Lagu Vakyam is Saha Bittam Lipati. Anantaram, Tatrapi Sadhanam. How is he doing? Varnena. Samyak?
Samyak.
Samyak asti va?
Samyak.
Samyak.
So start with the Kriya Padam. So with the Kriya Padam, who is getting the effect? That gets Karma Padam. Tatrapi Anugrahitavati Pasha. Drishtavantaka kalo. So bhaktam eva anugrahitavandi. Tadrisham limpati. So which is getting the effect of it? Wall. Wall is getting the effect of it. So put the lagu vakyam, put the karma padam first. Then associate how. So varna. Okay, varna kadam bhavati. So it can be sadhan through the paint. He is painting in the wall. That's why anuvadam is kinchit klesha bhavati. That's why I may make sure that you understand the concept, right?
Mahodaya, Chamyatam, the first one I missed.
The
first one, can you repeat again, please?
Astu Vakyani Samskrite Anuvadata. Astu Tatra कथं वदामः संस्कृतेन तत्र instrument, it becomes instrumental because it's I don't know how to explain it. पुनः एकवारं दृष्ट्वा वदामि अस्तु, because it's a very common thing. It's always through Sanskrit. It's always this sentence comes up. We know, since I know for sure it is a dosha, but how it gets Tritiya Bhakti, technically I don't know how to explain. Parantu दृष्ट्वा वदामि महोदय, अस्तु?
Okay.
Sanskrit is napusak linga, Sanskrit.
न तत्र सप्तमी न भवति दोषः, तृतीया एव, because it's karanam eva tatra bhavati. Kimartham technically I don't know explain, but these avagatam va others, because kriya padam associate with which who is getting the effect, then you will be cleared bhakta eva. So these two are because of the effect, and then you go one step at a time. And the third one, fourth is, you know, because it's
maybe it is the language is the instrument for translation.
Drishtva vadami. But I want to clarify, because we are doing the Tritiya Bhakti, I want to clarify this concept, so you will get. And also
Sanskrit is napusak linga.
And the linga.
Can we say using Sanskrit, we are repeating it? Using Sanskrit.
First, the linga doesn't decide the vibhakti, right? It's the prasangaka, the context. Because of the context, you get the vibhakti. How it is related to kriya padam. How only then you will know the vibhakti form, not through direct translation. So how it is connecting with the kriya padam. If the kriya padam, the direct effect, the cause, goes to karma, the recipient. Think of it as a recipient is an object, karma padam. So the recipient of anugrahitavati, once you go from kriya padam to recipient, first karma padam, we find out the karma padam, move it out, and then go the other words, it becomes easier. Because karma padam comes first, the exact recipient, right? And then tatrapi lipyati, the recipient is wall, because the paint is on the you are painting on, that's why on the wall, if you say, you get confused with saptami vibhakti. So the paint action, the recipient is wall. Tadrisham chintayetu. Astu ashraya iti samskrite vaktum shaknuमः. Ashraya ityukte recipient. So that gets karma phala. Anantaram sadhanam tatra bhavati. Kena, so varnena.
So if I say aham Sanskrite vadami, that's also wrong. Then it's aham Sanskritein vadami.
Satyam. Sanskritein.
Okay.
Can we think like this? We are using Sanskrit as a language to repeat, like using Sanskrit for the first one.
That's why the English translation is you cannot fit in the vibhakti just
No,
by
for the
using.
first one, when we use the Tritiya.
That's a special niyamah asti. I don't know how to explain, but tatra it's instrumental, because the language is instrumental. Tatra karanam bhavati. Astu.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like use Sanskrit as the tool to repeat.
Oh, you are explaining. Wow. Oh, Chamyata Mahodaya. I didn't pay attention. Chamyata. Use Sanskrit. Punaha ekavaram vadatu.
Use Sanskrit as a tool to repeat the words or sentences.
Yeah, tadrisham. Prayaga tadrisham. Samyak Mahodaya. Astu. I am conscious about it. I am working on it. I get distracted so easily. So I won't pay. Sometimes I always think on what to say next, how to explain, or else sometimes I won't pay attention to your mistakes. So Shamyatam, I'm working on it. But
No problem. Like I was just trying to think about myself, like, can we
No,
use in
I
that
didn't pay
context?
attention to your thing because I was trying to focus on, oh, Samaya Jataka Kema Kadam Tadrisham Samapayama. I was thinking about the Chamyatamastu. That's why sometimes I don't catch errors if you guys make it. So that's why Nirmal Mahodaya is very good at pointing out. He's helping because I think of something else. But I know I'm working on it. I'm aware of it. I get distracted. That's the thing. I focus on the next, what's coming next. Astu. So I want to finish this concept, and also I was thinking, I just इदानीं समयः नास्ति प्रायः भाषणवर्गे अग्रे सरामः. So it's very important to, it's like train your muscle to think in how you can put it in the sentences, right? So tatra tritiya I have written down all this. Karmani prayoga is mukhya amsha. You don't know the concept. Tatra titiya is very important concept. So the last one tejamaha. So all these three sadhanam va, bhava suchakaha va, hetu vachaka means, I told you before, right? Because of this, shiro vedanaya vidyalayam nagachati tadrisham. Because of this. And then upapadam, we know. Alam ityute varanartham. Astu paryatam ityute tatra panchami bhavati. Astu. So this is alam means resistance. Varanartham, then you get the Tritiya Bhakti. So all these are the main popular ones. We have it. So we went over the quizzes, so we know where you get the Tritiya Bhakti, and also we have the. So next week directly we will go to the. So we will have the Vibhakti thing. Tatra Dhanyavada Nirmal Mahodayana Rachitam. Tatra etat vaktum ichami. Tatra etat shabdaha idam shabdaha ityukte. You can use either one of them. So you can switch between the two, meaning it's the same as near, which is close. This tadrisham. So tad and others is that. It's a little bit far away. So, but you can say either one. You replace it with either one of them. Okay, these two go together and these two go together. Edat vaktam ichami. Anantaram, you have all the popular ones covered here, and then I also showed you the list. So we will put it in action in the next week. I was thinking I will do it, we will do it today. Parantu chinta mastu. At least I wanted to be clear with this Natvam and also Tritiya Bhakti. So real life, how you make mistakes, only then you will learn. And also Nirmal Mahodaya, see, he wrote it down. So you will catch the mistakes because it's very easy. You can make sadharanatya karma padam sarvada. We will tend to put the karma padam. But when you go step by step only, you will know. Kripaya likantu preshayatu, just one sentence like Nirmal Mahodaya. So we will analyze in the class. So we will think and then we will train our brain to write in Sanskritam. Samyak?
धन्यवादः.
इदानीं भाषणं क्षम्यतां भाषणं कर्तुं न शक्नुमः समयः जातः परन्तु next week we don't have all these things but परन्तु I want to have the segment doshah or something. I want to challenge your brain. Maybe 5 minutes I will come up with something and then anantaram bhashanam we will focus on it. Samyak astu va?
अस्तु भगिनि.
किं चिन्तयन्ति भवन्तः? So the pace is good. You guys are okay with the pace, the speed, because we are a little bit ahead. That's why we are able to do compared to.
It's okay. It's nice.
Okay, that's why we are able to focus on Bhashanam because we are a little bit ahead from the other classes. But I am also concerned if I am going fast. So that's why you guys have to give me feedback.
The Bhashanam will help us to talk in Sanskrit easily.
Kim Mahodaya?
Your Bhashanam teaching will help us to talk early in Sanskrit.
Tadeva mama lakshyam asti. Pashyamah.
We can catch the speed easily. Okay, it's good.
Yeah, it's not fast. It's so good.
That's why we can spend some 15 minutes we are able to spend the 15 minutes in Bhasham. So next week, at least we did something different. The 15 minutes is not part of our class notes. Though this Natvam, so we are able to cover the Natvam and also Ucharnam, we were able to cover a little bit. And also it's a real application I want to show you. Put the sentence and where we find mistakes. Tadrasham. Astu, it's a general improving of the language. Astu Tavadeva. Astu. Idanim samapayamaha.
Ekanimsham or one.
Astu.
Tvatta kshanani. How to pronounce this? Tvatta. Visargam is there.
Kutrasi.
In some other sloka.
Astu.
Tvatta. Visargam is there. Kshanani. How to pronounce?
Shakaraha.
Shakaraha.
Astu. Tad. Katham bhavati eva tatra mriduvanjana. Astu. Idanim. Samyutaksharaणि वा?
Tvattah.
I will show you the koshtakam. Ekanimisham. Bhavati kim karoti idanim? I think it's kutra asti koshtakam. I want to show you the mriduvanjanani. Hi. Haya varala. Tatra nasti. Karkashavanjanam.
So how to pronounce that?
I have to see the whole. Can you screenshot and send it to me?
Oh yes.
Astu. Idanim kim kurmah agrima kakshayam. We have the Ucharnam bahu mukyamshaha. So we will take each shloka and then samyak ritya. Even in this shloka, how you pronounce is a little bit. I didn't emphasize too much, but here tatra tha samyuktakshani bhavati chet tha you have to dvitvam bhavati. So kaschayika priyadarshanaha, you have to emphasize the pra. That's one ucharna niyamaha. Anantaram kutrasti. If you have in 1 quarter, you have to take a break. Anantaram kahkasam tavadeva. So there is no special. And also alpa prana mahaprana samyak ritya, because asti, if you say asti takaraha alpa prana, it's existing. Astu parantu asti mahaprana asti chet takaraha. In Samkshaksha Ramayane asti mahaprana. Itukte bone iti artha. Bone means asti takaraha mahaprana. If you make a mistake in takara alpa prana mahaprana, the whole word itself is different. Because when you say alpa prana, it just exists. Asti pustakam asti. But if you say asti, it's a bone. So alpa prana mahaprana is very important. And also in this visarga ucharanam, and I have some material I can go over with you. Astu, I will prepare the material because in shloka tadrisha niyamaha asti. Astu. Idanim chinta mastu alpa prana mahaprana avadanam dadatu. Visarga also we have a special. That's why I told you upadmaniya. Upadmaniya kah. You cannot say kaha kaha. It's not right. Kah samartash. And then you have to say samartasya. So because it comes before sakaraha, samartha. Thakaraha is a mahaprana. Astu. And then sarva bhuteshu tatra bha. It's a mahaprana. Astu. So main is alpa prana mahaprana and visarga niyamaha. Anantaram kinchit anyaha api asti. Ida agrima kakshayam vadami vakshyami. Astu. Samyak?
Samyak.
Prashnaha santi va? Mahodaya, in the group madhye stapayatu. Astu. Agrima kakshayam spashikaranam kurmah. Astu.
Already sent.
Samyak. Dhanyavadah. Astu. Idanam bhavati eva मङ्गलश्लोकं वदतु शान्तिमन्त्रं वदति वा शान्तिमन्त्रं वदति अस्तु मनमनं
अहं वदामि सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कचित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद